Hello everybody, welcome back to Dad Plays Minecraft. I'm JD, and today, in honor of Archelaus, here's a cow. Although Archelaus is more of a mushroom, isn't he? Anyways, this is the Archelaus seed in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and we're going to take a look at what this one has to offer. And you know what? There are a lot of places where I can see amazing bases built. You know, Archelaus style. So, make sure you've got your popcorn and your designated beverage. I just had to say it, but there's no time lapse. So let's take a look at what's around spawn. I would say that this seed is characterized by four big things: massive plains, big mountains, huge swamp areas, and some very interesting overhangs. But I think the first thing, the closest thing to spawn itself, is this very intriguing mountain range. And right over here in the middle, we have this basin, just completely surrounded by the mountains. This would be a great place to set up a base. It's a hidden base, and it looks like there's a little entrance right there. And I think that would be absolutely great to start off with. And just imagine all of the resources in here. Near spawn, we have this outpost, and right over here is a pretty big village. Large villages, especially near spawn, now that's nice. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a blacksmith in this village, despite its size. But that's alright, because we do have another village near spawn, and this one does have a blacksmith, right over here. There's even more incredible landscapes around spawn, like this. This is a whole mountain floating in the air. You can go right under the whole thing. Now this would be interesting to build on. There seems to be an oak tree growing right here. Great place for things to spawn as well. But it looks like it is attached by one block. Wow. Let's go to the northwest. If you want dramatic landscapes, you got it. There's a Pillager Outpost right by this incredible mountain range, which itself is very interesting, because if we go over here, we have this ravine, which goes right into the mountain. So it splits the mountain right here. Of course, it's a very narrow ravine, so not much you can build in here, I don't think. But it's very deep. And now for probably our most impressive ravine next to this overhang. It's right over here. Now let's take a look down here, because this is quite impressive. So if we're down here, we can come right over here, and you see it kind of notch out of here? Oh, well, look at that. There's another ravine. And this is covered. Now let's go this way. And over here. And what do we find? A third ravine. It's a triple ravine. And there is so much potential with this. I would love to tackle this. I wonder what Archelaus would do with this. Some more dramatic landscape, and looks like another overhang. This plateau has yet another ravine. This one is quite deep. It seems like the northwest is full of ravines. And here's a small one by Dark Oak Forest and mountains. Not very big. And split by a river, here is a fairly wide one. Now, both sides don't really have any caves, but it would be very interesting to build in, maybe even trying to link these two. Here's a very common scene in this seed: swamp right next to mountains. But we do, of course, have witch huts. Like, this is the only one in the northwest, but it's not the only one. In the northeast, we have something that I think sums up this entire seed, all in one. Plains. Forest. We have a nice plains village here, which has swamp, some dramatic mountains, and overhangs. You got it all right with this village, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's amazing. We also have this nice little plains village, which is right on a river. That looks pretty nice. Pretty beautiful setting. Good place to expand as well. In the middle of these massive plains, we have another ravine, but this one's a bit special. So let's go down to the bottom and take a look and make sure we can actually find this place in here. And yes, we have it. There is a zombie spawner. But that's not all. Let's go back out and go straight up, right to the end. Because we have another. 2 zombie spawners. Ah, but only 1 chest. Near this swamp, there is another place that I think has some interesting building potential. Right here, we have this cave. It goes further in there, but if you go around here, it's a loop. I think that's an interesting place to build a nice base. But if we continue over here, here's one of our big overhangs, which this seed has a lot of. And I don't know, I just think that there's so much potential with this seed. Just look at this. You already have a roof. This is the only time you're going to see the ocean in this seed, well, in this video. But we have savanna, we have mountains, we have ocean, and we have desert with this really shallow ravine and this desert temple. And not too far from the desert temple, we have this swamp and another witch's hut. So, we have 2. And, of course, this is a very common scene. Lots of swamp in this seed. The southeastern area of this seed doesn't really have much, but it does have this really nice mountain. You see, this has a kind of double overhang. On this side, we have this really nice overhang with a pond and a waterfall. There's even a little window through there. Now, where does that lead? Well, it leads to this side, which is yet another overhang. And this overhang has a creeper in it. Also, it has a waterfall inside. So, this mountain has great potential for a base, I think. Now on to the southwest, which has a lot more variety. More swamp, more mountains, this time a Taiga Village with more overhangs. Next to the swamp, and in those big mountains that we saw before, right over here, we have a great big cave with a pond inside. I think you could do something with this. It goes up really high. I think this would be an interesting place for a base. Absolutely. This gravel mountain has overhangs. And these are gravel overhangs. So if you were to break something, the whole thing could come collapsing down on you. Luckily this one is mostly supported here, but not there. There are a couple of things near that mountain we were just at. Right here, we have a hole in the ground, which leads right down into a ravine. And a spawner right in here. From this ravine, just head straight this way, and you'll see a couple of things. I'll get to the second thing in a moment, but if you look right where we're going, this whole thing is floating. We got a floating mountain. So many of these. Not one bit is touching the ground. But keep going, and we arrive at our final destination, a plains village, which also has a pillager outpost. There's one last thing to look at, and it's right under the village. So let's go straight down. And it is a mineshaft. Not bad. What we have here is an amazing seed with a lot of beautiful scenery, so many mountains. There is a fair number of villages, but not as many as some other seeds we've looked at. Plenty of outposts, and lots of plains. There's a lot of places to build. So, let me know where you would like to build in this seed, and if you want to, you can, of course, use this seed and build in it. The seed is, of course, Archelaus, so remember to type it out, capital A. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please consider giving a thumbs up, and if you want to see some more amazing seeds based on Minecraft YouTuber names, then please consider subscribing. We'll see you next time.